I was sat outside for the last few hours. It is absolutely freezing. Made myself a nice cup of tea. My feet, I cannot feel. My hands, I wore gloves, so they're kind of alright. But these thin socks and the shoes just ain't it, chief. I need to put a thicker pair on. So today, I'm gonna make my 7.40B carry guide. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, the starting items have evolved quite a bit over quite a few iterations. Now, as I'm in the carry build, I've taken quite a liking. I am in favour of double quelling blade. It's nice about against nature's prophets. There's quite a few trees that I've cut as LD that have ended up mattering for pathing in certain situations, and the damage is nice when LD goes jungle or swaps to true form. Moving on, I like to get an Orb of Blight now as my starting items, if I can find it. There we go. And I like to keep that on Druid himself. The Druid's ranged. You're just going to be able to apply the debuff far more regularly. Once you can get to Orb of Corrosion and Phase Boots, I would move it to the Bear. But you're going to get Phase Boots first, so I wouldn't really worry about it. And then, of course, we just get the obligatory tangos. 1 second. Just need to plug my headset in. What? My cable is now located under the desk, so I have to reach for it, which is a pain. Oh. 1 each. Good versus nature's prophet. Keep on hero until phase plus corrosion. That's good. Well, that was my brother. Tango's healing, good stuff. Don't be afraid to buy a second set. Early game, we get Blaze of Attack first. Keep on Druid until phase boots. Put on Bear. And then obviously we complete the phase boots. So we can just move it like that. Wonderful. Phase movement prevents body blocking and allows for hasted move speed, which fetch can benefit from, as well as in your chases. Moving on, I've been liking finishing corrosion, to be honest. It's just good. I've been really enjoying the slow plus the bonus damage. The attack speed is nice from the Agi, though it's not really that significant because it's only 7. I've just really been pleased with this item recently in the carry position, and I've been buying it, and it seems like a natural progression from Orb of Blight, because I don't really want to buy Desolator anymore. And by anymore, I mean I haven't bought Desolator in years, since the Mask of Madness build. I am going to be testing Mask of Madness today, but that will be for after this. Moving on, I like to go straight to Mjolnir, so we get the Maelstrom. This is our scaling item. helps us farm into mid-game. I tend to avoid engagements. Average timing 9 to 10 minutes. Then you get the Hyperstone, which gets into Mjolnir. We can just remove the Hyperstone. Scaling item active. Good on either hero to dissuade damage, or on bear as aggro. Wonderful. Then we get Aghanims. Where's our Aghanims? Where are we? Here we are. In engagements and playing with team, keep on Druid. Fighting mode. In downtime, put on bear and split the map for farm GPM mode. So yeah, basically with Aghanims, it's both a fighting tool and a GPM tool. Okay. On the bear, you can farm in 2 separate places, and obviously it's a lot less commitment with the bear, because the Druid's not nearby, so you can farm a lot more aggressively and take the enemy farm, as well as pressure side lanes. Meanwhile, the Druid's in the back taking safe farm, and you have the bonus addition of Q can now be hardcast on creeps, so farming, it's a lot easier, you know? Aghanims is basically a necessity. You can't not buy it. Mjolnir and Ags are necessities, okay? You're always going to buy them. You're always going to get Mjolnir, you're always going to Ags. The other options for Mjolnir are Mask of Madness, Radiance, Battle Fury, and Midas, okay? These are your 5 scaling items in Dota. We don't want Midas because I've tested Midas quite a few times, and compared to Mjolnir, you just don't have anywhere near the same impact into the early mid-game, and the scaling isn't anywhere near as good. I always found myself using the Midas to get my Mjolnir anyway, so I was just doubling up on scaling, but at that point, I've sunk too much gold into scaling, and I end up failing what I need my timing at for Aghanims, because I greed, you know, you have to get double Midas, because if you're going to get 1, you have to get 2. Your other options are Battle Fury. Battle Fury Bear's just, it's okay, the build-up's kind of mid, it's got nice damage, and the cleave's alright, but the active that you get from Mjolnir, in fights, it just far outweighs the benefits that Battle Fury gives you in farming potential, because the active lightning from Mjolnir is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy against illusion heroes. I've gotten so many kills even just placing that active on one of my friendly heroes and walking away, and they get in an engagement and get me some kills. You can place it on creeps as they walk down a lane, so the creeps will farm for you. You place it on the one at the front, the one that gets attacked. Mjolnir far outweighs Battle Fury. Mask of Madness is the other item. Now, I'm tinkering with potentially going Mask of Madness into Maelstrom today. I'm going to see how that goes for me. So I might update this guide in the future, but for now, this is what I'm buying. Now, here's where the fork in the road really occurs. At this point, you average timing. Average timing for Ags is around 20 minutes. 20 minutes, okay? At this point, you basically ask yourself, like, 4 different questions, right? Throw back to Mask of Madness MKB. Yeah. So you have 4 different options, basically. The first question you ask yourself is PA in the game? If the answer is yes, then you're basically getting MKB at this point. But it's kind of like a flowchart. So the first question is PA in the game? If the answer is yes, you're looking at MKB. But if there's also heroes like Huskar, Tidehunter, Bristleback, heroes where a Silver Edge would be much more efficient, you don't get MKB and you just get Silver Edge, because the Silver Edge will also counter the PA. So the first item that you're basically looking at would be Silver Edge. And if the answer is they don't have any Tidehunters, they don't, because Silver Edge, yeah, what Silver Edge also allows you is when you're in GPM mode with the bear, it gives you an escape if it ever gets gone on by 4 heroes and they have to start committing like dusts, and the cripple as well that they added in 7.4b, where you cap their move speed at 200 for 5 seconds. It was 6 seconds, it just got nerfed by a second, which kind of sucks. But it's really good. This move speed cap, this cripple, is really, really good. It's so underrated, and I don't think many people are talking about it at the moment. But Silver Edge is basically your first item. Now, if the answer to the first question was no, and these heroes aren't in the game, and it's more of like a scrappy game, but you have heroes like Necrophos, Pugna, Windranger, these kind of heroes where you just want to dispel Omni Knight, your first item's Nullifier, okay? It's not Silver Edge, it's Nullifier. So, right here. If Tide, Hunter, Huskar, Bristle, Esque, that's not how you spell Esque, Esque heroes, then third item, where's MKB? If PA, this is third item. But if Huskar, Tide, Bristle, Esque heroes also exist, look at Silver Edge. Also counters PA. Nullifiers. So nullifiers for heroes like Pugna, Necrophos. So even if you have PA in the game, but they also have a Pugna or a Necrophos, you have to prioritize Nullifier first, because if you don't get Nullifier first, then you're never going to hit the PA in the first place. Obviously, Shard is also important. Shard's a key item on Lone Druid for the Dispel and the Double Raw. You pretty much get it after Aghanims. Dispel the good. Consider their Shard 2 for utility fetch mode. So yeah, if heroes like Pugna, Necro, Windranger exist, or you can get as 4th item as by get 3rd, or you can get as 4th item as by this time. Support and cause have defensive items such as Ghost Scepter, Yules. There's more, but we're just gonna keep it short and sweet. Lastly, Abyssal is core item. Look to get it 3rd if the answer is no to all above questions. If the above questions were met, then get this 4th or 5th, depending on nullifier priority. Glimmer Cape is also a key item for Druid. You can, in heavy magic lineups, get it early, if I can find it. I don't know where they keep it nowadays. There it is. Core for Druid You want a support Druid guide? I can do that today if you want me to do that today. Carry and... I'll change the title of the stream, no problem. Lone Druid carry and support item guide. There you go, brother. Let me change the... name on YouTube too. Carry and support items. Because I've played a lot more support games off stream. My win rate on support's pretty high as well, to be honest. Like, I'll get there though. Core for Druid, as we lost the magic resistance that we used to benefit from. Tied to Demolish, which was a passive ability that gave you bonus building damage, but it also gave you 33% magic resistance, which was permanent on the bear because it was a bear ability, but you gained the bear's ability when you used true form, which gave you the magic resistance, which is why you felt so tanky in addition to the armor that you gave. My name Buckets was subscribed with Prime. Hey, my guy, dude. Big dubs. Cheers, fella. Game in your honor later. Don't you worry. We're just going to get through the guides for today because I need to get these out as my 0.4 guides are kind of outdated and I have changed basically not everything, but my starting items in my early game for sure has changed. Moving forward. Glimmercape. Buy this when you start feeling too much pressure from burst. Prioritize in games versus Nyx Assassin / burst heroes if you're struggling. It can buy you time to ult or even escape. And that's pretty much it. By this point, you should have won the game, but if you somehow get to like late game, because at this point, Bear would have Phase, Mjolnir, Ags, and then you get basically these 4 items every time, pretty much. The only alternatives really are if I can find them. There's another build I'm tinkering around with at the moment where I want to try Hurricane Pike on Druid. And then fetch bears into Druid. Like, you just put the Mjolnir and the Aghanims on Druid himself. You can get yourself a Glimmercape, so you're tanky. Get yourself a Hurricane Pike. I'm tinkering with this build. I'll do some more Druid focus games tomorrow, probably. That's probably my plan. However, if you get to late game, there's not many options. You got Scardy if you're against like high health regen, high regen based enemy teams. BKB if CC is too much. We can also add late game Druid. You buy second Aghanims, you can get yourself, where is it? Second Ags. Second Ags late game. You thought Diffusal on AC is still good on LD? Yeah, for sure in off-lane builds, but this is more of a carry build. You're not really want to buy aura items, you want to buy damage. You want to kill people and just find ways to keep yourself alive, like Aghanims splitting up or the Glimmercape. If you saw my recent video that I uploaded today, you'll see that I had a mini monologue about Glimmercape in that game, and you'll see if I click on my offlaner in that game. Someone asked me why buy Glimmercape. They had a pipe already. Like, pipe is a great item on Druid, especially in offlane Druid, but offlane Druid wants to build more utility, so you want to build more like Shard on the bear for fetch, Vladimir's offering for the aura. Also gives you nice mana regen for yourself. You want to build like Boots of Bearing Drums. You can get Blink Dagger on the bear to become like Bear Rider, which it's a Play on Black Bat Rider because you blink in and you lasso them. It's actually more effective and less commitment than Bat Rider, which is quite funny, because the bear dying isn't as big of an issue as a hero. Offlane Druid, okay? AC, Basher. You're just playing pure utility. Whatever role you're in, you need to ask yourself the question, what does this role require from me? And Lone Druid can pretty much fit those requirements in every single role, which is really strong. You just need to know how to implement it. So what I mean by this, and if I was to ever coach one of you, I would go through this before we even started playing Druid. I would ask you what position do you want to play in. Because they're very different play styles, and I've got experience in pretty much all of them because I'm a madman. Carry is damage. That's your role. Your role is damage and stay alive. Mid lane, so carry, you have time to farm. You get a support in your lane, which gives you more chances to root because there's also more chase distance to the enemy offlane tower. Offlane, you're not playing damage. Your role is not damage. You have a carry. Their role's damage. You don't need to provide any damage. Offlane's role is utility. So you want CC and you want auras. CC meaning fetch, fear, and roots. Auras meaning buffing up your carry and your mid laner and keeping your supports alive. So you're looking at Crimson Guard, Pipe, AC, Vladimir's, Boots of Bearing. You can get Blink on Bear, Fetch. Wonderful. Mid lane, completely different role, completely different job from both carry and off lane. You're looking at tempo. Mid lane's job is tempo. You need to carry the mid game to buy enough time for your core, your carry, to get farm and win the game for you. Or you can even just straight up win the game. But it's pure tempo snowball. So you're looking at items like Diffusal Blade by like minute 10, minute 12. So you can start going to side lanes and killing heroes and taking tier 1s. You're looking at Harpoon, so you can initiate, because your tempo, you want to fight. You want to get that Echo Saber for the double roots. You still want to get your Aghanims, so you can perma-root people. But it's a completely different role. In that job, you can get AC. Mid lane's a bit more flexible, because once your tempo rolls, because you kind of... When you go Diffusal Harpoon, guys, in mid lane, and you go tempo, you will fall off. Okay? Like, you just will. You will fall off, because you haven't got a scaling item. You haven't got that Mjolnir. You haven't... You're not going to scale very well if you're not getting kills as well. So at that point, you're a lot more flexible. You can get your bash, you can lean back and play more utility, you know? You can get your fetch, your bash, your AC, and kind of like put a mask on and pretend you're an offlaner after like minute 35, 40. Support's completely different from all of them. Like, support's role is just play tempo for the first 15 minutes and try get your cause some farm. And then after that, CC and utility, so you're kind of mimicking the offlaner a bit, only you're behind in GPM, so you're just rushing phase boots, going straight for the fetch on the bear at minute 15, you get drums by like minute 18, or even before that if you're having a really good game, and your whole role is basically just like run at enemies, fetch them into your kill box, and just be a big beefy boy, 2 bodies, you got a bear and yourself that you can just throw in front of your cores. So they have to use all their spells on you instead of, like, your carry. So basically, whatever role you want to perform is where you should play Lone Druid. He can be played anywhere, guys. You just need to say, what's the playstyle for me? Now, I personally think carry is the strongest this patch. I just think the utility of support offers you in lane, the chase distance, so you can get... not just one route, because mid lane, very often than not, you're going to have to dive tower to get that second route, and if someone TP's in, your game's just over. But in safe lane, say you have a stunning support, you can easily get 3 routes. And with the root bust, they just die. Like, pretty much every offlaner I've gone against recently has died level 1 to 3. It's kind of crazy, but hey, them's the breaks, you know? I can't control the buffs and nerfs. I think our win rate is still sitting below like 40%, but this is pretty much it. Refresher Orb is the only other like real item. Like, you can get Boots of Bearing, hit fast, avoid slows like Veno Warlock, and Refresher Orb. More bears. A good trick with refresh. A good trick is you, in super late game prone scenarios, you can suicide two. If you haven't revealed refresh on Druid, you can suicide. I've won games this way, by the way. I've won so many games. Maybe about 10 or 11 games this way. You can suicide two bears at their throne. Waste glyph. Use BKB, anything. They think no bears and run it down. You refresh a third bear and thrown them. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's the build, boys. So that's the 7.4B carry build. That's 4A, that's 4B, so let's publish. I haven't finished it, actually. I didn't do the abilities, neutral items. You want to look at jeweler's gloves. Good pick. Good pick. Good pick. It's okay. It's okay. Good pick. Amazing pick. Always take. It lets your Druid, when you're in GPM mode, splitting up with the Aghanims. Lone Druid can do any position, sweat. Don't take my words out of context now, come on. Helps Druid farm when bear is split. Good pick if no gunpowder gauntlet. That's pretty much it for this one. Good if no. Good pick. Good pick, but remember to use it. Good pick if bad memory. Yeah, it's okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's okay. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Burn them. Let's do abilities. You're going to go Entangle, Spirit Link, Entangle, Spirit Link, Entangle, and then you get your True Form, Max. Do I do that? I don't do that. I mean, this is what you should do, but it's not what I do. I do this. The move speed is just too crucial for chasing them down in the lane, and it allows you to not buy boots on the Druid because you just gain the move speed. Then I get this. Obviously you get cooldown, radius. This doesn't really matter. So root duration's kind of irrelevant. Like, R25 talents are dog shit, right? Let me explain. If I'm rooting someone, I have Aghanims on Druid, so they're perma-rooted anyway. So what's the point of having 0.6 second more duration? Because they're already perma-rooted. Yes, it can maybe buy you more time to perma-root. And the only use case of this is when you have Aghs on Druid and you press Q, the heroes that you're not attacking will get rooted for 0.6 seconds more, which I guess is okay. So, you know, you're still going to take this, unless you're against, like, Venomancer Warlock or something. But you don't really need this low resistance, because you're not really going to be there. And you're going to buy Boots of Bearing as a core item anyway, late game. You get my point. So, you're going to take the duration, but it's kind of irrelevant. They haven't fixed this yet. So, you know, just gonna put them there. Save this. Vpos, carry Druid, 7.4b. Support, let's do this. I need to update my mid lane guide as well, because this one's, I don't agree with it anymore. I did agree with it at the time, but I don't agree with it anymore. So, we've done pause of 1. Let's change the fucking title to every 7.4b Lone Druid item build guide. Lone Druid all position item build guides and games. And some games. Wonderful, wonderful. Update the title. I'm feeling in the mood to just do them all. Save that. Let's get going. I've had this problem when I pick up Ags. Should I farm with the bear for XP or just let it farm across the map? When waves are close to you, say bear's farming top lane and Druid is, say you're Radiant, bear's farming top and Druid is below your tier 2 bottom, taking the camp on the river, okay? The wave is now pushing into your tier 2 bottom. You recall the bear and farm that wave with the Druid. Maybe push one more wave. But pretty much you want to show up to every fight with Druid, okay? That's how you're going to get most of your XP. Obviously, you've snowballed a lot with the Mjolnir in the early game to get an XP advantage initially when you get the Ags. So you should already have an XP advantage at that point. And the downtime should at max only be 30 seconds to maybe a minute and a half. So, you know, a fight's brewing top and the bear's already there. Okay, Druid's TPing in while the bear's fighting. Druid will show up, you swap the Ags, fight. A fight's brewing bot, bear's top, but Druid's there. You recall the bear, give the Ags over, the Druid's now fighting. XP shouldn't really be that much of a problem. As always look to take ancient camps as well. Prioritize creep waves and ancient camps. Creep waves the most. They've made this so important. But never take 2 in a row if you don't see enemy heroes on the map. If you see all 5 top, for sure, take 5 creep waves in a row or whatever the fuck. I don't care. If you're stomping, take a few. But if it's a game that's like kind of even, you don't really see much on the map, don't take more than 1 creep wave. Especially, you can if it's just the bear. But if Druid's there too, just take the 1. Don't get greedy. I'm glad they removed Pyrrhic Cloak, because that is the one last item that I could just never ever remember to use. Same here, apart from like the week leading up to them removing it, I actually remembered to start clicking it. Oh yeah, it's brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. What should I do next, guys? Do you wanna... Caddy, do you wanna see support next, or should I do mid lane next? Let's also set this. I love you a long time. Support, let's go, Chief. Alright, boss. Let's go. Druid. Okay. Roll. Support. Vpos. Support. Druid. Guide. 7.4b. Wonderful. Starting items. Okay, we're going to get an Observer. We're going to get a Sentry. We're going to get Blood Grenades. We're going to get Tangos. We're going to get... Where are they? Oberfrost. Hello, Oberfrost. There you are. Cheeky, cheeky. 490, and then you have 110 gold to spare, so you can just get 2 branches. That's pretty much. You don't get anything on the bear. Yeah. C'est la vie. So, bear's just, like, very sad. Starting items don't exist, so I'm just going to remove the category. Druid. Is my caps lock on? I believe my caps lock is on. It's not on. It's... That forces it. Okay. Early game. It's pretty much just bear. I'm going to be honest. You got boots. You get blades of attack. We'll just do early game. Keep on Druid. Put on Bear. We'll upgrade Druid's brown boots later. Yeah, there's no point for that sentence. Absolutely no point. So, early game, you're pretty much just rushing phase boots. Because you need this move speed to allow you to fetch. And it's basically your only requirement. Keep on Druid until phase boots. And then you can start looking at starting, like, if you finish phase boots and it's like minute 8, minute 7, minute 9, 10, if you're not taking jungle camps like you should, like you can farm the easy camp to prevent pulls if you're position 4, or you can let the enemy pull the hard camp and farm the hard. You know, there's ways around it. There's ways of getting gold. Dewarding, whatever. So now you want to look at drums. Drums is pretty much your first item. Allows faster fetching prowess. Do not go below 1,400 gold to allow a 15-minute shard timing. So you can get your windlace and that if you think you're going to have enough gold. Like, say you get to 1,600 or something, it's minute 14, get the windlace. Or you get to, like, 1,300 gold and it's minute 14 or something. You know you're going to make the timing. You can get the windlace, whatever. Put on Druid. Buy if you know shard timing is on time. Where is shard, by the way? There it is. Fetching time, baby. Fetch me their souls. Some guy, Black Ops 2. We'll get boots of bearing later. At this point, Druid's pretty much hasty enough, but you're still going to get another copy of brown boots. Where are we? You're not going to upgrade to Tranks unless you absolutely feel like you have to. But at this point... That's right, fellas. That's right. That's right. That's right. In 2025, we have discovered the technology. The Druids discovered that training their bears in the art of blinking was one of the most beneficial things they could do. Fetch 'em, boy. Also, cool trick, can place on Druid, start return timer on bear. When return is at 0.3 or less, blink on target and boom, rooted. Nice. Pretty much from this point you're just memeing, like you're getting this, you can get this, you can get this, you can get, where are we at? You can get this, you should get this. Oh, it's just situational, that kind of sucks. Core items, Druid. You can also get your Ags. Anything else? Yeah, you move down, you move down, you move down. Because you're in harpoon mode. You can also go Shadow Blade if you really want to. Late game, situational. So how do you play the lane? Is it like an aggressive support, or do you just look to survive the laning phase? Aggressive support, 100%. If you look at the support video I uploaded on my channel, you'll see that if my root was off cooldown, I pretty much just ran at them, and at one point I was zoning 2 heroes. In the downtime, you're pulling, Make sure you're getting the last hits on the pulls. You're denying enemy pulls. You're just playing support, really. Make sure you have wards up. You don't need to block the enemy camp because you can just farm it. It's great. Yeah, you have a great time. Just click Q, keep clicking, keep clicking Q. Make sure you have enough mana. I'm even tempted to just put... Like, I don't buy the Sage's Mask because I make sure to buy Clarities, but some people lower down won't buy Clarities. I'm just going to put them here. Buy 1 or 2 if needed. You will need it. I'm also going to put Raindrops. Where are they? Because Raindrops are another key item I buy a lot that I don't put in my guides. Buy if needed. You'll probably need it. Make sure you sub to the guide, man. It's not done yet, but this is pretty much it. Like, the game should end by this point. But you just start building core Druid after this point, okay? And by core, I mean, like, offlane Druid. You just start going utility, okay? It's you basically... Your offlane Druid, you're just heavily slowed down, and it's a different build-up, okay? You get the fetch online, and then you start getting your auras. Feels like one of those supports where even if you're godly, your team fucking hates you because you didn't build a 4 stuff. Actually, it's funny you should say that. Because Glimmer and Force are actually pretty much core items. We lost our magic... I'll show you why, so don't leave. We lost our magic resistance with Demolish. Can Force Bear at end of fetch for extra distance. Plus Escape Tool. Plus Save Tool for team. Hashtag support life. Watch this. Okay, we'll do neutralizers quick. Your support, so it's kind of different. You love Cobalt Cup. Love, love, love. You're pretty much going to keep this if you don't get Tumblr's toy. Ignore pretty much everything else. You don't care. Essence Ring, good pick. Tumblr's toy is pretty much like necessary. Take 100% of the time because you can use it at the end to fetch and get a bit of extra distance. Come on, you got to think about this stuff, right? Everything else is pretty much irrelevant. Psychic Headband, good. Can use after fetch, but make sure you micro bear behind them. Good. Gap close to fetch if no blink, or use after fetch like a diffuse. Nice. Abilities. Entangle. This. 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 Here. There, of course. There, of course. There, of course. There, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. So you're going to take cooldown, raw radius, that, root duration. On the bear, so on bear, take move speed. On bear, take return cooldown. On bear, take HP. On bear, take demolish building damage. I didn't do this on the carry build. I'm going to have to do this on the carry build quick. Publish. Edit this quick. Go to abilities. Take move speed if not heavy magic damage lineup. Magic resists if yes. Take return cooldown to prevent fuck ups. Mistakes. with Ags on GPM mode. Take damage on bear as your carry. Take damage to rooted targets as the damage dealer. Okay, this guide is officially done. Wonderful. So what I wanted to show you quickly with fetch, right? If we go into demo mode. Hey man, I've been watching your videos ever since the Druid changes and you motivated me to give LD a try. He's really fun to play and really unique. Any tips to improve? Watched your older vids too. Have you watched my how to micro without control groups guide? That would be my first question. My second question would be, how do you move the map around? Do you map drag? I can't do it, I don't have it bound. Do you edge pan? Or, like me, do you use WASD? I am a huge proprietor for WASD movement. Now, if I was a solicitor and wanted to solicit you something and it wasn't LD or micro heroes, it would be WASD camera movement. Because it completely frees up your mouse. The huge downside of map dragging and edge panning is that it uses your mouse. What does WASD do? It uses your keyboard, so you can always keep your hero or your mouse center. Meaning, you can always... I still misclick a lot. Don't get me wrong, but you can always... You're more accurate, right? That can allow for better gameplay. You'll actually find most of the pros and most of the high-level players. Not most, but a large portion of them use WASD map movement. And I know a couple people that I suggested it to that swapped to it that have improved in their gameplay because of it. I got one friend that I watched recently where his map movement was so awful, like his positioning was so awful. I was like, geez. Yes, that was the most important video I've seen so far for LD. No worries, bro. I realized that this kind of content wasn't out there. And as someone who went through the grueling task of figuring all of this out by himself, I thought there might be an audience for it. And hey ho, here you guys are. I moved the camera by edge panning, which is shit, though I used to use WASD, but switched to mouse edge panning after playing League. You should switch back, man, I'm telling you, it's just better. Now, you may get an MMR hit initially, because you won't be used to it. But once it becomes, you know, muscle memory, your ceiling is so much higher, right? Your floor, you've raised it, right? The foundations are better. I just, yeah, because say you're chasing a target, I know how to do this and this and this and this, you know? It's so much work for the mouse that's just so needless, you know? Because this hand's doing next to nothing at that point, right? It just always keeps the left hand busy. Yeah, sometimes it may look clunky when I'm moving the map like this. But it's not all the time, right? So what I wanted to show you is, if we get 4-star... I've been tinkering with like a +1 Hurricane Pike build for this exact reason. Because you get the attack range and the stats on the Druid, because you'll carry, and you'll have Mjolnir and Ags on him. But say you're just support, this would just be a 4-star, okay? But you could also do this as carry. This is what I'm going to be testing tomorrow. I'm still figuring out more playstyles and more strategies. Okay, let's get ourselves a dummy. Let's get ourselves a shard. Let's go max level. None of that matters, but the move speed doesn't matter here. We wanted phase boots, so we had a blink dagger. Say it's support Druid. You would just have a 4-star on the bear instead of Druid, because it's not every time the Druid is going to be close enough to do it. You would always have the Glimmer Cape on Druid, though. Say it's core Druid, though, you wouldn't have the Blink Dagger, so Hurricane Pike would be enough. But let's say you're support Druid, okay? You can also do this with... Let's find it. Let's just do Tumbler's Toy for now. I need to buy it on Druid, not the bear, because I'm bad at the game. It copies. Okay, so you blink on them and you fetch. You wait for the E, and then... You see? But there's timings. There's timings for it, okay? There's actually timings. Do you remember back in the day, guys? How many of you guys remember OD Meteor Hammer? And you had the timing with his W, where people realized if you looked at where the bar was against a certain letter on the word, was it disabled or whatever the word was? I use middle mouse button for my... You don't want to know what I use middle mouse button for, brother. You'll think I'm fucking crazy, dude. I actually need to rebind my keys, so you're going to see right now. And if I go to quick cast, you'll see that... Okay, so if I press down my middle mouse button, it uses my neutral item. Mouse wheel down is ability 4. Mouse wheel up is ability 5. So when I'm rooting people... When I'm rooting people, this is mouse wheel up. When I'm summoning a bear, this mouse wheel down. It can... Because... Do you hear how many inputs you can do with a mouse wheel? Like, listen to the spam, right? So many inputs so quickly. So, there's a couple niche interactions with this. Oh no, I'm going down a rabbit hole now. Let me finish this first, right? So, before with ODW, with Meteor Hammer, they realized that if you, on level 3, started channeling the Meteor Hammer when it was at, like, the E, and then when it was... banished was the word. Banished was the word. It was the E for level 3 W, and it was the H for level 4 W, okay? Lone Druid is similar. So we're going to see, I'm going to do 3 spells. You see how it says rooted, right? It says rooted above the enemy, okay? When the rooted gets to the E, so the final E before the D, use your Force Staff, okay? I'll show you what it looks like in motion. So we wait for the... I was looking at silenced because I'm bad at the game and I'm not focused right now, forgive me. So we're looking at the dummy, right? Waiting... I got it backwards. It's the eye on silenced, I remember. I haven't done this in a while. It's the eye on silenced, right? It ends perfectly with the Force Staff timing, so the bear... And with the recent patch, this used to be worse before, okay? When I realized you Force Staff on the eye, on the silenced, so the bear gets silenced, and then the silence timer, it matches rooted, but on the eye on silenced, you Force Staff, and it matches up perfectly to the end of fetch. Before this patch, the bear did not automatically get an attack command on the unit that was fetched. However... in 7.40A, they updated this to where if you fetch a unit... Now, I'm going to issue no commands after this fetch, and the bear will start attacking the dummy. Before, the bear would just keep looking at Druid, right? So, this actually got buffed. So what you can do, if I move the dummy all the way fucking over here, say Druid's... Say we're high grounding or something, I don't fucking know. I'll show you the timing for Tumblr's toy as well, because there's a different timing. I'll also show you what you can do with... If I can find it. Psychic Headband. Yeah, that's the one. It changed my neutral item. Never mind. We'll stick with Tumblr toy right now. So what you can do is you can blink in, go in, wait for the eye, and it automatically starts attacking. So that's a huge buff, right? My teammates would crucify me if I picked Kidnapper LD in ranked. I did it, and I have a 70% win rate with it. But my teammates hated me in pretty much every single game. I got called out at the beginning of pretty much all of them. But the thing I always said to them is, let me fuck up before you flame me. So only 3 of those games I ended up getting flamed, because you do the maths, right? So Tumblr toy is a slightly different timing, right? And obviously, if say you're playing carry Druid and you don't have the blink dagger, the target that you're rooting isn't really... Like, the target you're chasing isn't going to be as far away as the blink dagger support Druid. So you can fetch him in, and then the Druid can force the bear. Or, say you have, like, an ally. Pretend this is a different hero. Pretend this is, like, a lion or something, right? Say they have a force staff. You're over here. The dummy's all the way... Can you give a dummy a blink dagger? Because this is really slow. Oh my god, you can. I never knew that. Okay. Say you're all the way over here. This is your lion or something, and he's supporting. This is the Druid the bear's going to drag to. The bear starts dragging. This guy can force your bear. Like, there's so much potential, right? Let's go back over here. Let's go back over here. Let's show you the tumbler toy timing. So this is for early game. So tumbler toy, you wait for the S. Okay? You don't wait for the I. Tumbler toy is the S. Okay? Another cool trick you can do. Now, I'm getting so far down the rabbit hole and a bit high-tech here, but what you can do if you, with the next neutral item, is Psychic Headband. Hello, Psychic Headband. You pull him in, you make sure you micro the bear, you go with, and then you push him, right? Because you have phase boots, so you phase through them and then push them. and then you can fear him at that point and start rooting them, and you know, half the game is a mental game, and that game is lost when you pick LD on support. I feel that. Sugma? I remember the MP LD game we had. I don't. I play so many LD games. It's all a blur, dude. It's all just a blur. I was going to show you another cool thing you can do with having mouse wheel on ally. So if we max level him and get familiars. So if I change, I don't know if it's 4 or 5. I think it's 4. If I change this to like a normal hotkey, let's say my E. Is it this one? No, it's the other one. My bad. I'm bad at the game. I'm sorry. If you try to mash key E, so this will make these stun, right? If you try to mash E in a normal game, that's the fastest you can do it. Okay. Okay. But if you're a psychopath, yeah, like me, and you have mouse wheel down, whoops, I have Lone Druid selected, my bad, you can do it all at the same time. Isn't that a cool niche trick, huh? That does a lot of burst damage, by the way, at max level. That's like 140, 280... it's like 400 burst damage that you can do all within one frame because you're using mouse wheel as opposed to a keyboard. I'm a Visage player as well, by the way. That's one of the... I know so many niche tricks on Visage too, but... yes, mouse wheels is the trick to the Techies triple mine. You're right, and guess who could do the Techies triple mine? Yours truly. I'm not showing off, I promise. Let's max this out, go here, swap this down, buy ourselves the A for lens, because it's not... Whoa, I typed A for lens, not A on disc. Hello? Let's not do 3 spells, let's just go over here. Do you see how quick that is, boys? Do you see that? I can do it, boys, I've practiced. Come on, boys, come on. I ain't no scrub. I ain't even a Techies player, but I can do it. But when I do play Techies, I go fucking hard. Other niche interactions that I can think of right now for support Druid, not really. Like that's pretty much it, guys. About the Quelling Blade trick. Oh, the Quelling Blade trick. Sorry, boys. There's more fetch tricks. I'm sorry. There's more fetch tricks. We got more fetch tricks. I completely forgot about the Quelling Blade trick. My apologies. So we max out. I have it still set to my Techies keybinds. We summon up there. We get a Quelling Blade. Hey, you want to see something even cooler? Do you want to see something even cooler? Or we can take... So, with these items, okay, so normally... Let me explain. Normally when you fetch a target, right? Let's turn 3 spells on, and let's just move Druid over here. Alright, I'm convinced with the scroll wheel. You can keep going. This is fun to watch. Alright. Listen, yeah. When you normally fetch AI and fetch mechanics, okay, we're getting really deep here. You can still use items during fetch, okay? When you fetch, the bear is disarmed and it runs to Druid. Key That's key. That's key as part of fetch, right? It runs to Druid. So if I click fetch right now, he looks where Druid goes. If I run with Druid, the bear was turning towards him, right? Okay, so we understand this. We understand these mechanics, right? Now, these items here can all manipulate the direction of which fetch will go if you don't want the bear to fetch to Druid. So say I'm playing carry Druid, and this is a fucking, I don't know, this is a TA that's gonna fucking kill me. But I need to get her the fuck away from me. I can fetch and drop an iron branch over here, and it will pull them away. I can fetch and Quelling Blade this tree over here, and it will pull them away. I can fetch and tango this tree over here, and it will pull them away. It doesn't have to be an iron branch, by the way. You can drop any item on the ground. Iron branch is the most cost efficient. And if you drop it outside the range, because of the new patch that issues an attack order to the bear before when the fetch ends, you'll never actually drop the item. So you could even do it with the blink dagger, to be honest. Like, this could be all the way over here. This could be all the way over here. I could fetch and want to get it away from Druid. I'll just put the blink dagger over here because I know I won't make it, and you'll never drop it. So, hey, you want some advanced mechanics, boys? I got you. I'm a sad motherfucker. I got you. So yeah, support Druid, boys. There's actually a couple videos on my channel. I don't know which ones. You're probably gonna have to find them. But there's a couple instances where I had like an ally core, like this way. I'm not gonna die or anything, but like they're over here, and instead of like wanting the bear to drag him to me, I want the bear to drag him to my kill. To my kill box. Say I've got like 3 ally heroes over here. Say this is the kill box, right? This is like a TA, a witch doctor, and a lion or something, right? Say you don't want the bear, okay, to come to the druid. You want the bear to go over to this kill box, right? So you've blinked in, you fetch, and then you Quelling Blade this tree instead. All of a sudden, bang, he's in the kill box. Guys, I'm telling you, high skill ceiling. If you want to play support Druid, or even offlane Bear Rider Druid, guys, it's a high skill ceiling. You really gotta be clocked on. It can really be just as simple as blinking in and fetching towards you, but the ceiling can be so much higher than that, boys. It's so much higher than that. So much higher. You can manipulate what way you fetch them. You can. All you see is passion, brother. Thank you, boys. Can't you also tango your teammates? Oh my god, you've opened my eyes. I'm sure you can. I just tried to place an iron branch on the ground. Wait a minute. You don't even have to drop the iron branch. You can just place the iron branch on the ground. Okay, but you need to do it outside of range, otherwise you will plant it. What about giving a tango to teammates? Yes. Okay, that's easier. That's even easier. You don't have to Quelling Blade the tree behind them. You can just buy like, I don't know, buy like 9 tangos on the bear or something and just I can show you even more advanced LD mechanics if you guys want. I can show you advanced griefing mechanics. So, normally if you have an enemy hero, you can't give them tangos, right? You can't gift them any tangos. But on Druid, you can gift yourself a tango, put this on the floor, and if the enemy pick this up, they can actually use it. Which is funny, because these are the same tangos I just gave him that he picked up. If I pick them up, I can't use them. Oh, so good, man. But if I like share a tango to my bear, or give this, and make the bear share it to me, and I drop these on the floor, say you're griefing, so you've like, I don't know, queued into a friend or something, you can just gift them tangos. I don't know why you can do this, but you can do this, okay? Like, these are just advanced mechanics that I know for some reason. Why do I know this? I don't know why I know this. Is it a bad thing? I mean, I don't grief. Like, no one's ever going to use this mechanic in the history of Dota, but it exists and it's cool. Do you guys care? Probably not, but hey, it's in the game. Alright. Any more mechanics to grief my teammates? Well, no, if you really wanted to grief, say you were like match fixing, you could play against an alchemist in the mid lane, feed him tangos, then feed him the bear, then feed him... Well, you don't even have to feed him tangos because you're griefing, right? Just feed him the bear, and then feed him druid. Respawn, feed him a bear, then feed him Druid. Feed a bear, then feed Druid. Feed a bear, then feed Druid. I don't know if I'd call that advanced tech. Griefing technology, my friend. Griefing technology. I've still got to do my mid lane guide. Other than that, I'm pretty much done. I got to do off lane too. Shit. No, I don't want to edit. I want to make a new one. Create. You remember Meme Hammer Druid? You can still do it. You can... I just left demo, man. Why do you have to make me show this? This is so funny. I don't want you guys to grief your own games, but if you want to do something hilarious... It's okay, it's not really a meme, but you have to buy a Kaya on Druid, so it is a meme. Like, do you really want to buy Kaya on Druid? Not really, like, let's be honest. What you can do, I don't recommend this. Even for me, this is a meme, right? You can Yeah, this is something you can do. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I need to say anymore. Just yeah. Do I really need to say more? No. Oh brother. Guide builder. What have we got? We've got a carry druid. We got a support druid. Now we need to do mid because our current mid lane guide is so out of date. Cool. Vipos. Mid druid 7.40B. Observer ward. I need to remind myself this. You don't need these. This. And yeah, just get one. Good for CS. Nom. Good for CS. Early game, you're still rushing phase. Obviously, you get the components, so you get that first. Then you get these. Keep on Druid. Put on bear. Put on bear with Orb of Blight. You're playing tempo, so you're rushing Diffu. Roll is tempo. Get this fast and start applying pressure on the map. After Diffu, you get your brown boots for Druid. Just get rid of that. Druid after Diffu. You're looking at Shard and Ags. Honestly, I don't hate just going Mjolnir when I'm mid lane and then getting an Ags after Diffu, because you still kind of want to scale. So if I was actually playing the game, this is what I would build. Obviously, keep an eye for clarities and potential raindrop usage if needed. I do recommend fetch mode and dispel. Buy both. You can do it like that, or you can do it like that, basically. It's completely up to you. Core items bear, you're looking at Bash, Abyssal Blade. Core if no, PA, Tide, Bristle type heroes. Silver Edge / MKB. Or if no, Pugner, Necro, Wind Ranger type heroes. Silver Edge. There was a third one. Nullifier, Silver Edge. MKB, I already put it in there. Wonderful. If PA only issue. / butterfly late game. Silver Edge. If Tide, PA, Bristle type heroes. You still want to get Harpoon in this build because you're also going tempo. If you want to play more initiation type tempo with fetch. I'm missing one item. What am I missing? Nullifier. If Necro, Pugner, Wind Ranger type heroes. And then late game, once again, you're looking at Boots of Bearing. It's my favorite boots for Druid. You can pick up a Crimson Guard. It's very good this patch. Of course, you want to get your Glimmer Cape at some point. Core on Druid since we lost our magic resistance, allowing us to take fights with our Aghanims. Thanks for the show. I wish you good wish. I wish you good luck. Cheers, brother. Do you still play Meepo here and there? Yeah, of course, man. If Lone Druid's banned, or it's just like a really bad Lone Druid game, so I'm against like a Necro Pugner in the same team. Yeah, I'm just gonna slam Meepo, I'm gonna be honest. It happens more often than not. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Good versus Veno, Warlock. Slow heroes. Good versus heavy biz damage lineups. Yeah, you're not gonna get pipe because you've already got Blink Dagger, where are you? If you went down the fetch route, can upgrade to Swift Blink if you want. I actually prefer Blink over Harpoon nowadays, but Harpoon's more reliable. And it's got a better build-up, gives you stats. Is there anything else you really buy? Disperser, maybe? If need, Dispel. BKB. If too much, CC. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the mid guide. Neutral items wise, good pick helps farm. Good pick helps fight. Good pick for GPM. It's okay. It's okay. Good for farming. It's okay. It's a bait. Don't take it. Doesn't work. Good for fetch. Best item. Second best. Best item. Necro Huskar. Pugner type heroes. Good for fetch. Good for fetch. Good for gap close / after fetch. Good for damage. Good in heavy AoE CC lineups. Good when no CC. If too much magic damage. Ella Giggle prone them. Okay. Looking at Entangle, Link. Sorry, this is mid lane, right? So this one. Maybe not. Maybe not. Actually, with the recent changes, you probably still go this, but you're actually maxing. Are you maxing root mid lane? I think it depends on the game, to be honest. Like most games, because the damage is, it's only the CC that scales and the cooldown, right? So I still prefer doing this, personally. Personally, I just think this is optimal. Like you at least need the level 2 in it. Like the 0.4 seconds is a big deal. Because it's a 33% increase, right? But after that, it's only a 25% increase, so it's not as good. Whereas the move speed allows you to scale into the mid game and not have to buy the boots on Druid himself. Not to mention the lifesteal, so it can let you sustain in the lane. I just prefer it, to be honest. I do like going 1-1-0 into 2-1-0 and then into just 2-4. 2401. I just think it's optimal. I'm gonna be honest. I really truly do. We'll get this and then this. This. Move speed on bear unless high magic damage. Return cooldown on bear to prevent mistakes. HP on bear if fetching utility. Damage if you went damage. Route to... I need to remember the bear talents. Route to hero damage on bear if you took damage. Demolish on buildings. You're just always going to take route to hero damage. You're just always going to take it. You're not really going to go rat build with mid lane. That should be it. There you go. There's my mid guide finished. What am I missing? Just off lane now. This won't take long. LD. Vpose. Offlane. Druid. Did I write guide in the others? I did in this one. Let's remove it. Check this published, check this published, check this published. All updated. Happy. Very sweet. Create. Get this, get this. Vpose, offlane, Druid 7.4b. Go offlane. Appreciate the guys, by the way. Will help a noob like me a bunch. That's alright. You still got to go to my Steam page, scroll down to the guides section, and you still got to subscribe to them so they'll show up in your game. Because I'm not popular enough yet for them to just appear for the average player base. You know, similar to like Immortal Faith and that. But with enough people subscribing and playing the games, they will show up for others. So, you know, hopefully they'll help people out. Off lane is a bit different. You're going to get... I haven't played much off lane. I'm not sure if you still want to get stats or if you want to do what I've been doing mid and safe lane, where you just go like Orb of Blight and get some damage. I'm not too sure, honestly. I'm sure you can probably just do my carry build, only you do utility items. Like, you can do my carry starting items, where you can get this and then this. I have just found your build. Nice. And you get this. You get this. You get this. Keep on Druid. Put on Bear. Blightstone double quelling feels way too strong. It does feel way too strong, I'm gonna be honest. The CSing feels really nice with this starting items. I can't lie, it really does. I think the quelling on Druid might be a bit OTT, like, but 4 damage for 100 gold is more than you can get with Iron Bright. It's just the most cost-efficient damage you can get on creeps. Yeah, you have slightly less stats than that, but with the 4.5 agi and strength gain on the bear, it's just too good to ignore, man. On Druid until phase plus corrosion. We're off lane, so we're gonna get this, and then we're gonna get Diffuse. Where are we at? Diffuse. On bear with corrosion. Like, this is for safe lane? No, this is off lane, my guy. So we're gonna get early game corrosion after phase. Then we want to look at. I think we still get Diffuse. I'm just gonna be honest. Good for gap closing for fetch, or using after fetch to get time for a root. Then shard. Aim to get min 15 on bear. Nice. You can look at harpoon, or if you're a Chad, you can get blink dagger. One sec. Save this. Go to my support druid build. Edit. Go here. Copy and paste. Sweet. Cancel. Edit. Come here. That's right, in 2025, the Druids discovered that training their bears in the art of blinking was one of the most beneficial things they could do. Fetch 'em, boy. Also, cool trick can place on Druid, start return timer on bear. When return is at 0.3 or less, blink on target and boom. Druid. Nice. Put that there. Good to initiate and get fetches. Choose this or blink dagger. Then you just want to look at offlane items. So at this point, you can remove that, and we just go late game. Crimson pipe bearing. What else have we got? What else have we got? You can look at Lotus, maybe, if you want to get a Lotus, you're feeling spicy. Or you want to go late game utility. Late game damage. You can still do what the other builds do, so you can still get, like, any of these items if you want. Bash is basically core. You can't not get Bash as an offlaner because it's CC and it's utility, okay? You have to get it, right? At least after one of these items. after blink or harpoon, not both. Fizz damage lineups. Fizz damage lineup friendlies or enemies against magic damage. Good versus Veno Warlock type heroes. If you need, can also just get a disperser. Good verse. I'm repeating myself a lot because it's just the same hero in different roles, just slightly different build-ups, Gaia and orders. Good verse Necro, Pugner, Wind Ranger type heroes. Those are the heroes I typically look at and go nullifier. Good verse PA, Tide, Bristle type heroes. Those are the three I typically look at where I go immediately just go Silver Edge game. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? I don't see... I forgot Glimmer Cape. We need Glimmer Cape. Where do you build it? You get it, like, here at some point. Druid needs, as we lost our magic resistance in the last patch. That's pretty much it. Unless I'm missing one item. Abyssal Blade's there, I got that. MKB, if butterflies start popping up. Anything else? Anything else? You're not going to get Mjolnir because you're not really going to scale. You could get Skadi, but there's no real point. Yeah, you can get Shivas on the bear. Funny item on bear sometimes. I don't know, you'll probably never get it. Skadi is just better versus Huskar, etc. Husk, Necro type beat. Nicely. Neutral items, doesn't really matter. Must take. Good pick for farming. Good to tank. Good pick. Must take. Second best. The best. Pretty good for fetch. Copy that. Paste it here. Pretty good for fetch. Gap close. Cripple after. What else we got? Good pick for damage. It's okay. Good CC slow. Good verse. No CC slow. Good verse. Heavy magic damage. Must take Burnham. Nice. Do abilities. We're off lane, so we're still doing this. And then you get that. There. Bang, bang, because it won't let me do it anywhere else. There and there. We'll get cooldown, radius. And then we'll get regeneration, of course. New speed on bear for fetch. for magic resist versus heavy magic lineups. We can do return cooldown to prevent mistakes. We can do HP on bear. Brother, that Steam profile background is diabolical, I have to say. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem. By the way, our goal in YouTube chat for one super chat has only got 3 minutes left. I will love you long time. Long time, I will love you. Love you long time. Hmm? Ah, it's alright. You don't have to look at that. Don't worry about it. What are we looking at here? Yes, this one. Demolish building damage on bear. Root if you really feel like you are clicking enemies often. Nice. And that's it, boys. We did it. We did it. I'm actually going to retitle the stream to just Lone Druid Guides, not the games. Because I'm going to take a small break. I've got some stuff I got to do. I got to eat food, for example. Item build guides. Wonderful. Come to YouTube. Go to settings. We'll edit this. This won't be my only stream today. I will be streaming again, don't you worry. And it will just be pure gameplay. So, with that being said, I hope you boys have a wonderful evening. I will be back in an hour and a half, an hour. Thereabouts. I gotta eat food and do some laundry and a couple other things, but that's neither here nor there. I hope you had a good time on the stream with me. I know I did. I enjoyed making these guides. Whoa, what's wrong with me? I enjoyed making these guides. You have a wonderful evening, gents. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Thanks again for the subscribers on Twitch today, boys. I think there was 2 of you. Yes, yes. Absolute legends. Love you.